Welcome back to this week's episode of Fates Apart, our bi-weekly actual play game that will be hosted on Bardicdice's YouTube and Spotify every other Thursday at 7:30 CST. Join us this week as we continue to enjoy the adventurer's lavish style on the ship. Though, as we all know, good things always come to an end. And it's time for the real adventure to begin. We're jumping back in with Osric meeting Zephyr, and some of you guys kind of just having slight memories of a Zephyr being name dropped at the Festival of Heroes when you guys were children. Whether coincidence or not quite sure, but you had a fun game with him, the luck being on both of your sides as you guys were able to accomplish this. But it is getting quite late in the day, as it was already an afternoon kind of departure for the ship, and you guys are all on a bit of a day schedule. But you guys are able to finish your food. The chef and sous chef bid you farewell and thank you and tell you to come back, as kind of you take your long trek from the underside, the mid-level, up to the, not the top tier, but the top level where your rooms are. As you're walking through, if you guys wish to discuss anything, or I said Nubia and Arasan, you kind of notice that Zinnia and Oscar kind of seem to kind of catch back a little bit. Look like they're discussing with each other. If you guys wish to discuss anything, or if not, just head to your rooms. It's up to you.
I'll just kind of lean a little bit towards Nubia as we're walking, just so I can kind of talk in a little bit of a whisper and be like, just so you know, the circumstances of me being here are a little strange for me, so knowing that you're an important person and you're on a mission alone, just keep your eyes up. I'd like to think that nobody's actually trying to go after you, but I don't know. Something feels off to me. It might be up to somebody else and you're just here coincidentally, but keep your eyes peeled.
Are you here on this ship for a specific reason?
Because I got an invite.
Oh.
But my invite didn't work quite as well as it should have. Which leaves me wondering.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes open. I mean, I'm not exactly incognito here, but hopefully I stand out enough that I won't be as much of a target.
I'll do what I can to keep an eye on you. But since Sina is going to be in the same room as you, let her know too, just so she can be aware.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up with Osric when I'm with him. Hate to see that beautiful face of yours scarred.
It's what?
I'd hate to see that beautiful face of yours scarred.
Thanks.
The ship has literally sailed, so I mean, it's up to you guys.
The love boat. Oh boy. Ship.
Well, I don't want to see you or anybody else get hurt on here either. We don't need a repeat of what happened at the festival.
Yeah, I'd definitely prefer to avoid such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Been trying to figure out ways to avoid that in the future. I think there's a lot of work to do before I can get there, though.
True. Let's just keep trying. No.
That is what we do. How are you feeling with your situation?
I'm fine. I just feel more weary at the moment just from travel, but looking forward to at least getting to stretch my legs and different things.
Well, I mean, I heard what happened in New Cairo. Why you're in the position you're in.
Mm.
Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah. It's not the best, but I have to take over and do my best, so I appreciate it though.
Well, perhaps we're not slightly drunk and heading ourselves to bed. We can talk a little bit more, but you know, as important it is to do your duty, it's important to be you too.
There's a balance there, I think.
I'd agree with you on that. Make sure you always ask yourself if your scales are balanced.
They're good words coming from someone who's a little bit tipsy.
I probably drink a little bit more than I should sometimes, so I'm not quite as drunk as I normally would be.
You just have to make sure to behave yourself.
I just misbehave when the time's appropriate.
Or inappropriate times. But it is good seeing everybody, though. And letting loose.
We'll ease up those burdens for you and Zinnia at some point.
I mean, we each have things that we need to do. And we can't be too irresponsible either.
There's a difference between a responsibility and a living.
True, but I literally have the entire weight of my temple and religion on my shoulders, so...
Ah, there is that. Something about the weight of mountains being carried.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta find the right people to yoke with, though. Either
And
that-
sometimes you have to, realize that you can't always rely on others, though. Certain positions are meant to be lonely to a degree. And shouldered on.
Well, I have heard it is lonely when you're at the top. And you know what? It's the fate I'm accepting in my life because I will someday get myself there.
I think you will. You're already on a good path. It seems, anyways.
Well, I appreciate your confidence in me. I hope you make sure that you have confidence in yourself. And I hope you also find those little bits of fun that sometimes help ease the challenges just a touch.
We'll see what happens. I think this pilgrimage is going to be interesting, just being able to finally get out. I was supposed to have the entourage, but it seems like I've been ditched. Which is good. And annoying, but mostly good.
Well, it seems that the entourage came to you this time.
That's true. You're much better company. At least, better memories that aren't going to be awkward. So,
Well, good memories for me as well. Make sure you sleep well and you think about the good things in life. To help you shoulder the burdens when it's challenging.
can do. Also, don't play any bet card games with Alseric. I mean, unless you want to keep repaying him what he divvied up.
Well, Maybe we can play the card games, maybe we'll... Maybe we'll wager something other than wealth.
Make sure that it's... Yeah, nothing... No tangible physical item. I don't want a half-naked tiefling coming to breakfast.
But perhaps a half-naked elf man, right?
No.
You have a lovely smile, by the way. There's the wine making you blush. I knew we'd get you there.
Oh my goodness. I'm really glad that I don't have anybody else here. I'm not supposed to even be doing any of this, just so you know.
And by whose authority?
My position.
So you're the authority.
Yes, but no.
What I'm hearing, if you're supposed to be the leader, then you lead. You gotta choose what you want to do.
I'm gonna choose to go to bed.
I think that's a fabulous idea. Sweet dreams, Nubia. And then, with that, as I say, sweet dreams, I put my palm up and I say, Natra ungentum. And a nice cinnamony scent wafts its way through the air as he says goodnight and goodbye. For now.
Fancy man. Good night.
Before you guys can kind of leave that spot to go to the bed, we'll rewind a bit along this walk as we'll hit up what Zinnia and Osric were talking about during the same time. So we walk through the hallways and we'll end it with you guys all kind of saying goodnight at the end there.
So Zinnia probably would have like grabbed Osric by his shirt sleeve just to like pull him back a bit while we're all walking up to the rooms, and she just like kind of like sheepishly will look down while like pressing her skirt out a little, like trying to get the wrinkles out, and she's just gonna be like, Osric, okay, can I be honest with you?
Of course. Is something wrong?
Well, yeah, no, but okay. Well, I'm kind of uncomfortable in this situation. I don't know if it's been pretty evident, but this whole hoity-toity crap is just not for me. I don't belong here. Put me back on like the lower floor with the people that like just passengers and aren't eating fancy foods that are being summoned from like 24-hour rice, and like it's a lot, and I'm being real overstimulated right now, and it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot, and because of that I'm getting a little cranky and I feel bad about it, and I know I've kind of been on your case all day about your tattoos, you losing your shadow, potentially getting us all in trouble in 3 days' time when you get your shadow back, and just some of your life decisions. I feel bad. I really shouldn't be judging you on them, and I don't mean it in any way. Like, trust me, I don't hold any of them against you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just a little uncomfortable, and so I feel like I'm coming off as being a little overbearing and like a mama bear who just wants to like swap at everyone because people are coming from their cubs, and I'm talking a lot, aren't I? Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is I'm sorry. You're a grown-ass man. I know that you can do stuff on your own now. You're 6'4", so I mean you literally are a grown-ass man. Still calling you little legs, but I'm sorry. The tattoos do look nice, and I'm used to being with kids all the time. This is like my first time out with adults in a while. Like I said, those escort quests are awful. They're even worse than dealing with children all day. So yeah.
You're rambling a little bit.
I know.
I'm used to that. Don't worry about it. Honestly, it's been nice having somebody who cares enough to say something. I don't mind the mothering. I had little enough of that growing up, so it's comforting, I guess would be the best way to put it. A little bit, I don't want to say annoying, but annoying
it's
in a good way.
probably.
It's just don't be sad if I ever say something back to you. It's all in jest. I honestly miss your constant presence as my accountability buddy over the years. Got it in many more situations I probably should not have because you weren't there. So,
I mean, as an accountability buddy, you sure threw me under the cart a lot of times.
that's the risk of being around me, I suppose.
To be fair, cars do exist in Arcana Majora. So
You threw me under the bus.
All right, well, there we go. And I will probably continue to do so. But only in ways that won't actually have any impact on you. I would never seek to harm you or any of our companions. You and our son, Nubia, are... strangely, I feel very drawn to you all. I know we had a little bit more time together, nothing so long-term, and with them it was only a day, but I feel like they are, you as well, are just friends, ones that you don't need to see often, still somehow understand you.
They're good people.
As are you. And if you ever feel uncomfortable in these sorts of situations, just let me know. That was... this education was one of the things that Mr. Kinsley made sure that I was aware of.
Who's Mr. Kinsley?
Sorry, Uncle Lance.
Oh, that's his last name?
Yes.
Interesting. Lance Kinsley.
It has a good ring to it.
Yeah.
But if you are ever looking to find a way to figure out what you need to do when it comes to cutlery or that sort of thing, just look over to me. But honestly, don't give it much thought. These people, you know where I came from. I don't hold them to very high degrees of standards anyways, and if they want to be pains about it, let them. Just ignore them.
I'm gonna say something honest and promise not to get mad at me. But I'm not gonna look to you. I'm probably gonna be looking to Nubia because she seems to know what to do around these situations.
She is an
Like,
absolute...
when I found you, you were in a dumpster, sir. And I love you dearly, but I don't know about all that time and what...
Did I ever tell you about that?
What? Why you were in a
Why I was
dumpster?
in the dumpster?
You were getting food.
Not quite. You remember that that boy, the one that they used to call Stinky Fish Boy?
Yeah.
I was possibly the reason for that.
You were not.
He tried to take my apple multiple times.
Oh, you're more trouble than I thought. You better have grown out of that at least.
No promises.
I will let you do your own thing. I will not try to...
Well, how did you feel about the gambling, by the way?
Well, I mean, he looked lonely.
Oh, okay, so gambling has your approval. Good to know going forward.
Well, I mean, it depends on the situation.
Perfect. All right. So gambling is okay in Zinnia's book. Wonderful.
I give up with you.
No, you don't. But for now, I'm tired. I don't know about you.
It's exhausting. It's been such an exhausting day.
Okay.
This is my first time on one of these ships, so I think all the air and fresh air is just, it knocks you out.
It's different than the city for sure.
This is about when you guys walk up into a puff of cinnamon as Arsane is saying goodnight to Nubia.
That's a nice scent.
You know, I try to keep it light and airy.
One of those relaxing nighttime things, I think. Must be a...
Oh, aromatherapy. I believe. I mean, we had incense and various perfumes at the temple, so.
Mm-hmm. That stinky fish boy.
Whoops.
Just
Yes.
look right at Oscar.
I
This
do
is
remember
nice.
the stinky fish that followed us around for a while.
Right?
Yeah.
Very strange. I still, yeah. What a mystery.
I mean, some people just need to be able to clean out their pockets better.
Roll a
Of
deception
course.
check.
Yeah, no, you just admitted to it, so I know you're lying.
Everyone's
Are we all
passive-
rolling
just
insight?
Passive insights on that one.
Oh,
11.
I have a 15.
My passive is an 11.
He's not trying to hide it very much.
Yeah, you
It's
all
like, yeah, I
catch on
totally
the fact
weird.
that he's lying about this one.
You were the
We all have
reason.
things.
Stinky fish boy. I'm
ladies.
tired.
Bid you adieu. Until next time.
Good night, all.
Sleep well.
Good night, Arson. Good night, Osric.
Our DM falls asleep.
I know, right? I got the yawns all of a sudden.
We just all get tucked in.
All right,
We do
guys,
what we
welcome
do.
to Fates Apart nap time. We're all
You
going
get
to
to watch
sleep.
us for half an hour nap.
Like Jenna Marbles.
The
She had a stream where
ASMR.
she
I
just
mean,
slept.
people stream
Fates
going to sleep.
ASMR.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But yeah, you guys both go into your individual rooms. If you wish, between... Well, actually, no, because it wouldn't work. It'd be opposite. So, Nubia, you have, like, the grand suite, and you have a door that can be locked that would go into, like, a suite that goes to the two guards' rooms. So, Arsene, you would go into the main entrance to that one, but I'm guessing right now it's locked unless you guys open it. But there would be a throughway if it need be. You know, obviously guards having to protect their person. Where it's the same thing on the other side, Osric and Zinnia, you guys have rooms that do have that door that if you wanted to go through into like a suite area, you could. But right now it's kind of locked to be individual rooms. So, but yeah, do any of you
Lock
guys
all
wish to have
doors.
any other conversations before heading to bed, or any nightly rituals, or anything you guys wish to do?
I will let Osric know when we're in the room together to keep his guard up. My circumstances of showing up here, Osric, is a little odd. My ticket didn't pass the way Mustard should have. Which leads me to believe that there's people here who probably aren't here for the best of intentions.
Of course. Don't know how much good I'll be in a fight, but at the very least, I am very good at keeping my eyes out.
Well, I don't want you to die, so you'll at least be able to make the decision as to what to do, knowing that something may be coming.
Fair enough. I don't particularly want to die either. Thank you for the heads up.
You're welcome.
Osric will just kind of unbuckle like the armor that he has on and kind of oil it up before he just kind of lays down, unbuttons one of his buttons on his shirt, and just kind of like lays down on whatever bed or couch or whatever is available and just lounges, falling asleep that way.
You know, Arsene, are you staying in Ostric's room, or are you going talking to them and then going back to the guard's room that's off of Nubia's room? Because that's the spare room that she had.
I think
It was with Zinnia.
Zinnia was going to stay with Nubia, and I was going to stay with Osric.
Okay, because technically you guys have your own room, so it's up to you guys. You guys doubling up?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I'm worried about the situation at hand.
Like we have our spaces, but Zinnia, instead of being on that other side, she's
Yeah, so you guys
using
can
one of
flip
the
it
rooms
then
on
if
my
you want
side.
to have the two rooms open between for the guys and then the two rooms open between for the girls. if you
Yeah,
wanna do that.
yeah.
Okay, cool. That works.
I will shut the door
I
between
mean,
Nubia and I.
if we can open technically all the rooms up, like they're not locked, but like you can
It's up
like
to you guys.
get through
They're
them.
on opposite sides of the
kind of
hallway
thing.
though, so that's one thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine then. Yeah,
Yep.
we're fine then.
I'll close the door, but I won't lock it. I'll give her privacy.
There's like attendants that come to the room. I'm like, oh, Mr. Arsen. Oh, Miss Zinnia. Sorry. like, just gotcha. Understand. Shuffle. That's fine.
Apologize.
No
We're
day.
playing musical.
Yeah, I like knock on their door. I'm like, sorry, I forgot my luggage in here. Can I just quickly grab it? Yeah, okay, perfect. I like bring it to the
Like
room.
change the names on the doors real quick.
Midway brushing teeth. Oh, yeah, sure. Come in. Nubia is probably doing her just like nightly rituals
What
of
does that
like
consist?
probably lighting incense, saying a prayer, doing her like that kind of stuff, writing in a journal and kind of like keeping track. Yeah, I mean, offering prayers up to Anubis like she would at the temple, and then getting ready for bed in, you know, her sleeping robes or whatever you want to call them. It takes her quite a while to get ready and stuff, but it seems very like more ritualistic, I guess, and like intent and not just like a rush to go to sleep necessarily. But there's a really nice smell that comes from the incense, and it's like a nice like spiced sort of sandalwood. There's like undertones of floral in there with like jasmine and citrus. And it's more of like a on the calming spectrum rather than like the waking up.
I like it. Anybody, so we got Osric, Nubia. Is anyone else wishing to do anything particular before they go to bed, or any night rituals they have?
Zinnia would take her armor off and throw it on the ground. Just drop it. It's metal. No, it's metal. I don't know how to take care of this stuff. It's whatever. And then
It's like 100 pounds.
I would be so exhausted from all the air and stuff. I'm not even changing my clothes. I am falling. Like, I literally will have starfished back in bed because that's how you have to get on a big comfy bed.
Yep.
And then I will probably just smell the wafting of that incense under the door crack coming from Nubia's room, and that mixed with like the fresh air is just gonna knock me right out, and I'm like dead to the world, just passed out in my clothes on top of the sheets. Like, I didn't even get under the covers. That's it.
Perfect. Anything from Arsan?
Arsan is going to change into his sleeping robe, and he is going to set his stuff up so it can air out and be nice and fresh smelling in the morning. And he, thinking on the issue at hand, he's going to take his hand and he's going to rub it up the hilt of his sword, and he's going to say Aramis and place against his hand against his chest as he casts mage armor on himself before he heads over and goes to bed.
Nice. That lasts 8 hours or 1 hour? I'm trying to remember.
Lasts 8 hours.
8 hours, yeah. Cool.
I need 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, there you go. And then, now, just a reminder as well, I always, because I freaking hate this rule in D&D. The other 4 hours do have to be light meditation, so you can be aware, but it does have to be light meditation, so you can't be doing, like, crazy stuff with it. That's just my little...
Push-ups.
Yeah.
You lie down like this.
You can be aware of your surroundings, obviously, and talk to each other, but it's... I just don't like the whole 4 hours, I'm good to go, and then, you know... Like, no, another 4
I'm
hours.
sorry, I don't mean it like that.
No, you're good. I
Like,
just want to clarify, that way people know for the rest of the game. That's just one...
mostly unconscious for 4 hours.
Yep. No, that's perfect. As well as I heard or Nubia, were you saying you left all of the doors unlocked or just the doors between the rooms unlocked? Are you leaving like on the both sides of the rooms? Are you guys leaving the doors open so you can access each other's rooms?
The rooms between Zinnia and I are unlocked, but I'd like to imagine that she's not dumb enough to... yeah, I think she's still taking protective measures because of what Arasan said. So there's probably like some security measures she's taking too, of just like, okay, have to, you know.
I was just kind of clarifying. Yep. So the main doors,
so
the
if this
rooms are
room,
locked.
Is this like a hotel room where there's just like multiple locks, or is it just like one, just like a little simple kind of lock, or is this like
Basically
a
just
hotel
one.
key card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
not fancy enough to use like the invitation to get in, but there's just a simple lock on each door.
Okay. Yeah.
Safety hazards, you know. You have to be able to use master keys to get people out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
All right.
So you all kind of bed down after this adventurous first day and fortuitously meeting each other. Anubia and Zinnia specifically, you both kind of get a little weird stomach ache as you're both kind of heading to bed, and you're able to fall asleep quite quickly. Almost with a little bit of that like unease of like a cold sweat coming on as you fall asleep. Both Arsan and Osric, you both feel this kind of like little bit of queasy stomach ache, probably just the food or something. But you definitely feel drowsy, kind of like an oncome of drowsiness as you're falling asleep. But as you all begin to sleep and thoughts leave you on the day and the difference that being on here makes before, they're not wake-up rolls, but everyone roll me a d20 to see what order we go in.
3.
14.
What do we got?
18.
18. Perfect. I'll start. Exactly how I wanted it anyway. That's perfect. Zinnia, as you begin to fall into this deep, deep sleep, for a little bit it's just a uncomfortable, just kind of weight of hoity-toityness, and you're around those elite kind of looking down upon you, and just ugh. And all of those regressed feelings of being in the gutter and growing up there among the other parts of the city are just compounded over and over again as you're kind of running through the city. Now you're a child again, at the hero festivals, and you're running through, and everyone's just looking at you like, oh, just trash and just atrocious. How dare, and pink hair, please. It's just kind of this crushingness about you, and as you are, you're starting to get dizzy and almost like a swaying of a boat back and forth, and you feel this onslaught of nauseousness hitting you. But that fades away, and you're now on the boat, and you kind of run up to the edge, and the wind kind of just helps you grab yourself again. But as you open up your eyes, the sky isn't orange or blue. The mountains are this glowing ethereal blue, and the sky is this purple. As you even look at your own hands, and they wave almost like that after image of light, as you yourself are glowing silver. And you look around, and you're not on the ship, but on outside of a city, among these fields of oranges and pinks and purples. And you're at home again. Not a home you remember, but a home you yearn for. It just feels right. Free. There's no responsibility. There's just beauty. And it all begins to burn as you're kind of going through the sweats of a nightmare. Roll me perception check at disadvantage, as the whole image in your dream shakes like a violent earthquake.
7.
7. Perfect. Osric, you begin to dream and fall asleep to this gentle hum of the ship underneath. It's a little queasy, but you're able to find sleep. As your memories go back to this excitement of going out on jobs and digging through these ruins, finding little trinkets and items that were overlooked by other adventurers, and finding the secret cubby holes. But as you do, one of the holes, you reach in and something snags at you and pierces your hand as you kind of react back. And you can feel these black, white veins creeping up your arm. And suddenly you feel yourself getting woozy and the world spinning around you. And you wake up feeling like you're in your room. And on the desk, Arsan isn't there. There's no door, but there's a single desk in front of you. And it's that weird dream way where you think you're awake, but it's really Dr. Hamsel's office. And you step forward, and it's that egg. It's glowing this shadowed black and blue. What do you do with it?
Probably gonna pick it up.
You go to reach out for it, and before you can touch it, one blue spirit emerges. And it's Arsan sitting there. What do you think? I'm going to leave you alone? And you go to touch it again. It's Nubia. I don't know what that does, but I'm here. And then you go to actually grab the egg, and you feel something surging through you as another spirit comes out, and Zinnia, well, that was stupid. What you doing now? As suddenly the egg is just shaking in your hand and vibrating immensely as just this power is coursing into you, and you just feel it starting to tear you and shred you apart. Anubia. Or actually, sorry, Osric, give me a perception check, flat roll.
Okay.
As suddenly your world just shakes with this earthquake.
Oh, I have it.
11. Perfect. All right. Okay. Anubia.
Yeah.
You find yourself kind of falling asleep, and the normal kind of dreams and memories come back of different times and the Oasis City and the Nubian coast. But then you're sitting in the pyramid proper, writing your book, and you see a familiar dream of someone riding out to the outskirts, to the ruins where you know it's dangerous. And you run after them, chase after them, grabbing Essam by your side and Chadwick. And you're trying to run, grab a horse to chase after, but they're falling behind, and this person you're chasing is getting forward and forward. And you find yourself suddenly before this tomb, or this sandstone tomb. These sands falling down and this bright green light coming out. And you run in, and suddenly, with a flash, you just hear this growl as you feel yourself shifting, and your hands growing long with nails. You can smell everything around you. My wife. My champion. You can hear that growl that you've heard in the dreams before. And you are standing in the middle of a set of scales. And you're higher up on this one as you're standing in one bowl of the scale, and on the other you can see your sister, shifted as well, dressed as a bride. You can just hear her voice, Nubia, no, Nubia, no, Nubia, and just over and over again, just crushing at your ears. But no matter what you do and what you try and say, the scales never equal. Hers is always set. almost as if she has more importance than you, more weight, more gravitas. And then suddenly, with a blur of what you saw that day, she's gone. And the scales shift to now it's you. You just fall to your knees, yelling out as you can feel that same thing now crushing down upon you with this rumbling, as you can see the sand, something coming up towards you, towards the scale, the loud rumbling over your ears as it devours you in darkness. Failure. Go and roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, I have advantage on perception. Nope. Am I still just rolling?
You're okay. Disadvantaged because of reasons.
7.
7. Yeah, if you're awake, I totally do that to you, but there's other stuff.
I don't add my proficiency or anything to it, right?
Yeah, you can add your proficiency.
Oh.
You guys are level 1.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah, the rest of you guys added proficiency, right? If you had it.
Okay. Yep.
I just rolled that.
Unfortunately.
You as well feel this shudder and this earthquake, but you attribute it to this monster in your dream. Arsan, you are back at home, just studying, practicing magic. And suddenly, almost like a kaleidoscope, your vision splits, and there's 12 of you all sitting around in this kaleidoscope almost imagery. And it's different colored hair of yours, or different dress. There's one that looks like you spent time in Sina Una rather than the Nubian coast. There's one that looks like you're off in this fantasy realm. There's one where you're black and white and still with white hair, and you're all kind of almost chatting with each other and talking amongst each other, and just the ramble of the different thoughts and words of magic kind of overshadow each other, and then duty and responsibility, and I'm not going to do that, oh, I live for this, and all these kind of dissonant whispers almost amongst yourself kind of come in and pressure in this kaleidoscope glass upon you. And then all at the same time, all of you, or all 12 of you, hear a voice in your head. Grandson, be careful. Whatever your dad's planning, it's in motion. I love you. I've taught you everything you need to know. They're coming after you next. My boy. Give me a perception roll with a flat roll.
5.
What do you respond back to this message that you hear? You are awake enough to realize this is ascending. As almost the kaleidoscope leaves and it's just you in this room, yourself, in this like void of a room.
He said, be careful, whatever dad's planning's in motion. And he also said, taught you everything you need to know.
That he loves you.
Did it sound like his normal voice? Did it sound like trembling? Did it sound like...
Give me an insight roll.
Tone?
With advantage, you know him pretty well. I guess he sent plenty of messages to you over the time of your schools.
It's 11.
Something's wrong. Either he's trembling out of fear or injury. It doesn't sound normal.
I'm not you, grandfather. But I do care for you. And whatever my father is doing, it's not the path I wish.
You don't hear a response. But in this moment, you start feeling a rumbling. And behind you, and you can't turn, you hear a voice. It's very familiar to you. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up! And as you do, you come to just as a dagger is sliding into your shoulder. We'll take a break right there. Actually, on that note, Osric.
Yep.
You wake up out of your bed and see the door open as you see a shadowed figure plunge a dagger with a bit of a sparkle at the tip just into his shoulder as he moves just out of the way. Actually, what was your new AC? Actually, yeah, I forgot about the mage armor.
15.
16. It just hit.
Okay, since I was asleep, I don't have my reaction. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. But we'll take a quick break there, and we'll come back to Osric and Arasan waking up to a shudder, an explosion of the ship, and this dagger that just seemed to go off kilter into your shoulder instead of the intended target. And we'll come back after that. Unfortunately, Anuvia and Zinnia, you are currently asleep in your nightmares at the moment. But we'll come back after the break. Welcome back, everybody, to a bit of a cliffhanger ending there, as we'll jump back in our adventurers enjoying the sophistications of hoity-toity life on the airship as it's cruising at a pretty good speed all the way heading to Tropica. As some of you might know, that in between these major regions, it's a shifting magic sort of sea or a land between them, and so the distance changes each time, or the maps change as things evolve. So even the navigator and captain have had to be on their game, so to speak, on something like this as they were heading on the way to Tropica and Sina Una. But our four adventurers, after catching up to maybe a little gambling and some very nice dinner, headed off to sleep, though not being plagued by nightmares, haunts from their past, as well as something seemingly affecting them, causing them to be nauseous or drowsy from what happened prior in the day. With that being said, Arasan also received, in the middle of this nightmare, a message from his grandfather. At the moment, whether that's still part of the dream or real life, he is not able to particularly figure out, though it's felt real, it seemed real in the moment, that plans are in motion, and that he is at threat. As waking up in this middle of the nightmare to a familiar voice behind him, "Wake up, wake up, wake up!" Arasan, you wake up as a dagger. As Osric, you also wake up to this noise, as it seemed like they came in through your door, opened in between, and there's this cloaked figure with silver snake-like memorabilia, which you've seen before at the Reckoning, 15 years prior. The same motif as those that appeared killing the Arbiters is this rogue in front of you. As they slide down with a dagger, the dagger at the end has a crystal which looks greenish, glowing in nature, as a spark of magical energy flares up of Arsen's mage armor, and it slides over, but then penetrates into the shoulder. At the same time as this explosion rumbles the ship, which feels familiar to the rumbles and earthquakes that was affecting all of you guys in the nightmares. Fortunately, Zinnia and Nubia, whatever's affecting you and keeping you in this nightmare is still affecting you, as you both are still fast asleep in a cold sweat of a nightmare. Osric, you wake up and you see the hood down of a white-haired female with gray eyes. Give me a perception check. Arsene, you're just looking straight up at her eyes.
Not the best. That's 13.
13. Clearly easy to see. Her arm is like broken and blood is dripping onto the ground. She is very, very hurt. As the blade is going in, she's trying to struggle holding it. And you just see her lean in and whisper something to Arsene. Father sends his regards. You're going down with the ship. All right, everybody roll initiative.
Yeah.
Zinnia and
disadvantage?
Nubia will have disadvantage, yep.
Oh, good. With my -1. Love that. Love that. I got 1.
Zinnia, 1. We'll go Osric.
14.
Osric, 14. Nubia.
12.
12. Arsene.
Perfectly average 10.
10. Alright, so it's going to go Osric, Nubia, this assailant. Let me move Zinnia down 1. Arsene, and then Zinnia.
How much damage did I take from the strike, by the way?
You took 7 points of damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, no.
We're level 1.
I know.
20 on the con
I'm
save.
not the one that wrote these people in the backstories. What'd you say on the con save?
20.
20. You feel a very similar pulse of the poison trying to go through your skin, and you're immediately in this haze of dream in real life. You're brought back to years ago onto the trials, and you almost fall to it and then push through with your training and feel the effects of the poison not affect you. However, as we go into this, and let me switch a few things over. Let's get some battle music going. And let's make this peaceful image change a little bit.
I mean, I'm okay with peaceful.
Yeah, peaceful's nice.
Nah, that's not fun.
Maybe
Alright.
my dreams are peaceful.
As you almost can all feel a little bit of a list to the ship underneath you, as well as both Osric and Arsene, as you're awake now, you still feel that kind of nausea over you, and you're severely drowsed. So you have 2 levels of exhaustion. So ability checks are at disadvantage, and you're at half speed. As some sort of effect or poison is still kind of flowing through you and affecting you, as just these sweats are going down your faces. Osric. Yeah, everything's spinning a little bit, but you can clearly see this assailant standing over, takes out the dagger as she says something, and gives you a little look as you're up, but looks like she's gonna try and go for another hit.
Cool. Alright, how far away am I?
Honestly, I'd say 20 feet. It can't be that much, right? Between 2 cruise ship rooms.
Alright.
Especially cruise
So-
ship rooms that aren't like the top of the crop.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, I assume I'm prone on the bed.
You sleep standing up?
Cool. I'll use half my movement to get up. Use half my movement to get up. So
So
I have 15. Yeah. Now I have. So if I had 15,
I'll round up. You have 10 feet left.
Okay, thank you.
Or merciful.
I'm going to move
You stumble
10 feet, I guess,
from it.
towards. I'm still relatively far away, but luckily I have my trusty whip.
You sleep with hip.
And
He's
I'm
able
going
grab
to
it off the
try.
nightstand or something, yeah.
He's gonna try to like grab her wrist and pull it back. I don't know if that's really doable, but yeah, at the very least, I'll make an attack.
Okay. So an attack not to damage, but to try and almost like grapple.
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll want to allow that or not, but yeah, it's up to you.
So if you're trying to grapple, I'm gonna say it's a little bit more of a. I'll say I'll still make your attack roll because it is a whip. So attack roll against or acrobatics or athletics.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a special attack grapple sort of thing.
Hopefully that's good enough. That's a 16.
16, you kind of wrap around and you start pulling back. Now that was at disadvantage, right? Because of your exhaustion.
Exhausted.
I didn't.
Oh,
get
not attack.
disadvantage
Just
on
kidding.
attack
You're just
rolls.
kidding. Right.
Okay.
Sorry. I was thinking grapple. I was thinking you were doing the ability check, but I'll say with this one it's attack because it's your whip. So, yeah, it's good enough. As you feel it wrap around her wrist, and she's kind of like, it's this resistance as she's kind of pulling it back from being able to attack. Her other hand does seem free, though.
Do not touch my friend.
She kind of glares at you.
That's gonna be my turn.
That's your turn.
Yeah.
Nubia, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. At disadvantage, please.
I was gonna say, there it is.
Fortunately, both you and Zinnia are feeling these effects much more than the other two guys.
7.
7. At the moment, you're still unable to rouse yourself from the sleep as the ship rocks again. You are at 3 levels of exhaustion with this effect going on. So you have
We're just
disadvantage.
repeating Witchlight at this point.
So you have disadvantage on same on ability checks, half movement, and disadvantage on attacks and saving throws. All right. And then now it's her go. She tries to take her offhand and will try and go at your throat with the other dagger, Arsand. So that's going to be grappled. Yeah. That's fine. Natural 1 as your mage armor just clanks and her dagger goes flying out of her hand as there's nothing she can do there. And she just goes, just blood just kind of dripping down off of her chin, just like sizzling against the mage armor. You might abandon us. But the order's still gonna rise much higher. My job's done here. Your go. She looks just as hurt as you are.
Arsan, with his one-armed pin, is going to reach with his left arm and grab his scimitar. And with the bonus action, he is going to dip into the shadowy... He's basically going to like sink into his bed, and then he's going to appear next to her in the shadows.
She knows
And
this
he's going to
move
say,
well enough.
"What have you done?" as he touches his shoulder, and he says, "Sanguinum." And you see the wound close up and seal itself
Nice.
as he casts Cure Wounds.
Perfect. Gonna roll healing.
Yep. That's 8 points of healing.
8 points. Perfect. And then you have
Yep.
resistance as well for the turn. To the end of your next turn, right?
Correct.
Perfect. Anything else?
He'll also look at Osric and say, "We need to check on the girls."
She's just laughing. I did my duty. Zinnia, I need a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. Yeah.
5.
Sorry, guys. As well as both Newbie and Zinnia, give me a Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn as well.
With advantage or disadvantage?
That would be disadvantage because of your exhaustion at the moment.
I'm immune to exhaustion.
Interesting. Yeah. Was it a certain amount of levels? that
Nope.
you're immune to?
It's always.
Was
Just
it
always.
all of them?
The
Okay.
condition.
I thought it was like up to a certain amount of levels though. Okay.
Says-
We'll have to go back and read it later, but it's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. We'll just say as you're
Should we roll then?
pushing through this. Yep.
Doesn't matter.
1.
5.
A natural 1 for
Okay.
a 4.
Yep. You
Guys,
you
we're
both
great.
Still feel the effects of this kind of poison kind of coursing through you.
I mean, I would actively like to sleep.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I'm passed out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm passed out.
that's for sure. All right, Osart, it's back up to you.
Oh god, okay. He's just gonna be like, are you good? Can I go check on them?
I'm gonna give you a nod.
Alright. He'll trust Arison. He knows he's not very good in the fight, so he's gonna run across, grab his kind of thieves' tools as he runs out, and try to make his way over to the other door.
Okay. Let's say you'd probably make it to the door.
Okay.
Like with a dash.
With the dash, dang
Yeah,
it.
'cause you'd have to like get out of her room, get across to them.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Just with your half
see?
movement. Yeah.
Well, that's fair. Okay, yeah. So next turn, I'll try to unlock the door.
I can
guess,
give
but-
like freehand if you want to knock on the door to try and wake them up too. You can.
Oh yeah. He'll hammer on it, I guess, and try to get them up.
Nubia, wisdom saving throw. Try and wake up.
With advantage, because I'm
Disadvantage
not.
still?
No, there's plenty enough
Roll.
noise and stuff to try and wake them up. Okay.
Bro.
She sees
We're
you
helping.
leave, and cousin, you abandon us, and she'll take that dagger that she dropped, and she'll pick it back up like from the bed as you kind of like shift it out, and she'll go in again, kind of like trying to find the right one. Her other arm's still broken. She's gonna swipe out. Disadvantage for her. That will hit with a 17.
I'm gonna raise my hand up. I'm gonna say "Scootum" and slam the dagger away as it's about to hit me.
Perfect. With the shield going up, she's kind of like, kind of looking at that. She'll, when you do that, fine. And she sheathes her dagger, and you see her shadow disappear, and is on like Osric's side of the room as she begins to run out the door. Arsan, here you go. She's
I'm
about
going
30 feet
to
away.
move my 15 feet of movement so I can see where she's at.
Yep, as you just go through the door, you can just see her like turning the corner out of Osric's room, but she's heading up towards the like upper deck. She's not
And then
really
I'm
caring
going
about Osric.
to use my bonus action to pop next to her. And as I pop next to her, I'm going to
As you Nightcrawler it.
take my fingers
Oh god.
and I'm going to draw it across the spine of the blade as I then bring the blade down on
Alright.
at her.
Go for it.
Don't think it's gonna hit, but we'll see. The 10.
Unfortunately, 10 misses. As you kind of like slash through the leather armor, it's just barely missing her as it kind of cuts through on her back.
Wait, would I have not?
Gorgeous.
Oh no, she teleported the first time. Yep, okay. We're good.
Mhm.
I didn't get it.
Did she
Albert
teleport
Maybe.
next to me? Would I get the opportunity attack?
No, because you're on like the opposite. Like she's like heading away from you,
Okay.
not towards you.
But he does have a 10-foot reach weapon on him.
That is fair. I'll say you get an opportunity attack if you want.
Okay.
You can kind of look around and kind of can try and whip
Nope, probably not. That's a 10.
10 misses as well. Kind of both snapping just at her heels. So Arsan, Zinnia.
I sleep.
Not
That's
trying
it.
to wake up at all? Yep.
No. I sleep.
Because I'll say it's explosions and rumbling, so just put that out there. But
I figure if Nubia hasn't woken up, then I haven't woken up from things. Like, unless I'm actually woken up.
okay, fair enough. Just want to put that out there. Yep.
Yep. I sleep. I'm okay with this. I'm actually here for it.
I like it. I'll start.
I'm gonna try. Well, okay. First, I'm gonna do the smart thing and try their door to see if it just unlocks.
That's locked.
Damn it. Okay, yeah, I'll use my thieves' tools and try to unlock it then.
Cool. Give me thieves' tool check.
Alright. 7.
These
You're so
seem
good at our-
pretty simple, but just in this moment, you're kind of fumbling the tools a little bit and just not able to kind of concentrate on hearing that click. But you know, they aren't that too difficult of a block. An average one.
No, they're super difficult, Michael. Make me feel better.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. But yeah, you feel like you're on the right track. Nubia, what's your saving throw disadvantage?
Hey.
No more ones. Is that a third one in a row? And Dealey's back. Oh my gosh, no. Okay. With you right behind her, she'll turn. Yeah, I think she'll turn and try and slash out at you. She'll steady aim to get a flat roll.
Wait, what?
Huh? She's a rogue.
Me or John?
No, John. Because
Oh,
right
okay.
there. Sorry. That's like a 21 to hit. I think that hits. Unless you...
Well, I mean, she's point blank on me, yeah.
Yeah.
So she steadied aim to flat roll it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm with you.
So that still
Yeah,
hits. Yeah. Okay. You will take 5 points of damage as she slashes in and kind of breaks through the mage armor.
That's reduced, yeah, because I had teleported as well this last turn.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So 5 down to 3.
Okay, so we round up.
Yeah, we'll just round up always. So you guys get to round up, I get to round up as well.
Okay.
And she kind of does that and slides the dagger back out. Constitution saving throw. Because this is the special dagger.
Wait, but you said that she steadied aim to shoot at me.
Oh, no, like
Why
steady
would
aim
she-
to like slash at you.
Steady aim doesn't work for
It's all
melee
attacks.
range, does it?
It's any attack, I'm pretty sure. I think it just says next attack.
It's a 9.
Give yourself advantage on your next attack. Yep. So yeah, she's not shooting you. She's just she has disadvantage already, so she's giving herself the flat roll there. She's not moving. Said 9. You just kind of feel yourself tense up a little bit under this. You are poisoned for the next turn. So it's your go.
Alright. Well, guess I'm just gonna keep swinging away. 9 to hit that time, because disadvantage on the roll. Wait! As a reaction, I'm going to use Trance of Order to stop myself from having disadvantage on that roll, and my first roll actually was a 18 to hit.
All right, 18 hits. As you kind of like her daggers inside your abdomen as you slash out. Roll me damage.
Yeah, so that is big whopping 3 points of damage, but she also has Booming Blade on her now.
Yeah.
That's enough to take her out as you just see. Where did you slash her at?
Well, she has the weapon in my gut, and so I'll probably take my blade and kind of swipe the wrist, wrap around, and go for the neck.
Yep, you go for her wrist. You see the blood just pouring out, and then she just smiles, just dripping down. The dagger still in your gut as she's just smiling. I served the family well, and just goes to the ground. what you now perceive in this moment, as you guys are now looking around for a second, up and down the hallways, about 30, 50 feet and more, are people just passed out, not moving. All right. That was Arsan. We can leave initiative if you want. What do you guys do?
I'm trying to get that door open.
All right, go to give me another Thieves' Tools check.
Alrighty. 10.
10 is exactly what you needed. Is just you just look over. Oh my God! Click, and you're just like, okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna run in and just start yelling, "We need to go! We need to go! Something's going on!"
You notice Nubia's just dripping in sweat. The bed she's in is just, the sweat's all around her.
I peed. It's fine.
She peed in the bed. And a lot of natural ones. It just happened. I'm just kidding. That did not happen. You can use your action to attempt to rouse her.
I'm gonna use my action to open up the door, so I'll just be screaming at her.
We're out of initiative. It's fine.
Okay,
I'm just saying,
yeah, I will wake her up then in that case.
Yeah, I'll run up and help out as well.
Okay. So you're going up to Zinnia or Nubia?
Well, are they in the
Whoever's
exact same
closer
room?
for me.
So you both went in Nubia's room, and there's like just like yours, there's a door that goes to this other room. That's where Zinnia would
Well, he's at Nubia first, so let's see if she wakes up when he's shaking her.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
I'll
Wisdom saving throw with advantage, please.
Well, I'm glad that was with advantage, because I was like, another one. 16.
16, yeah. You were still dreaming of this scale, and different jackals had come down and raking out at your skin and just clawing at you for your failures. And you were just in the middle of this nightmare. Suddenly, Osric is like shaking you awake. Your hair's kind of matted against your skin. What's your first reaction as you wake up? Like in a rush.
I think she just bolts up.
Oh, I
and
thought you were
it's just,
slapping.
I mean, I think she probably is flailing her arms. I don't think as in to attack, because it wasn't. If there was people, was there people attacking in her tree?
Yep, they're like.
It's more of a
slashing out.
defensive
Like
thing that she
yeah.
was in. Yeah, so she was. It wasn't like I'm gonna
That's fair.
I'm not a monk anymore, but
Backhand.
still a meat
Mankai's
backhand though. Let me tell you.
Yeah, also
no,
you're able
she
to kind of still her for a second, and
What's going on?
We've been under attack. Our side was hurt, and there are people unconscious in the hallway. We need to leave.
there's
As
another.
he's saying that, Arsan's moving to Zinnia's room, holding his gut with blood.
There's
Out
another
of it a little bit as he
boom
knocks
of
the
the
door
ship
open.
as he rumbles again. As you can open up Zinnia's door easily, but the airship is listing even more. You almost have to hold the door, hold a wall to keep your balance up. You can hear things shifting in the far side of the airship.
Okay.
So you got to wake up Zinnia.
Yeah.
As you-
If there's any candles in the room, he's gonna go Flama! And he's gonna light all the candles immediately in the room with his druidcraft. Or any
a lot of
lights
them have
or
fallen.
lamps or
Yeah.
anything.
The shades, the lights will go on. I'll say some of the candles are on their sides, but there are these crystals in the walls and the lamps that you guys all know to be lightning crystals that would light up almost like electricity lights would. As you do, she's sweating just as much. She's a little cold to the touch as well. Very clammy when you go to touch her.
Yeah, with a bloodied hand, I'm shaking her.
Okay. If you, wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Thank God for advantage. That was the one.
Guys, stop
Yes.
one.
17.
You don't want to leave,
Oh my God.
but
I just want to kill the character. Okay, speed run.
you don't want to wake up. You don't want to leave this field, but you are ripped away from it, and You do not remember anything you dreamt about.
I just wake up there in like a stupor of like, what's happening? Why are you waking me up? And then I see the blood, and I'm like, oh my god, what happened? And
Worry about that later. Grab your armor, we're moving.
I'm not going to worry about that later. I'm going to grab him, and I'm going to lay on hands him, and I'm going to like pump 5 healing into him, and then I'm going to grab my armor. And luckily, I slept in my clothes. I'm dressed for the day. Y'all run around in your underwear.
Excuse.
I'm in a beautiful
Robe.
robe.
Yeah, same.
Are you guys grabbing your stuff? What are you guys doing now?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
use my mage hand to go into the room faster than me and pull my stuff out.
That's right.
Yeah, he'll quickly grab his stuff. He travels pretty light, so
I figured most of you guys would have a bag or two at most, yeah.
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 Maybe not Nubia,
Yeah.
He's got a backpack. That's about
but
it.
Nubia can grab her
I have
adventure
like
and
a
go.
components pouch.
What about the trunks? Are we leaving all the trunks of clothes?
Nubia's been traveling with a butler. He just stays in the back, but we're leaving him.
I like yell at one of them to help me put this armor on, so we can do it faster.
Osric will help.
It takes a couple minutes, but you're able to help her get it on. As it's happening, you all of a sudden feel a shift, and this airship that's at a list also seems to be violently vibrating and almost like listing forward down as well, and you can feel it slowly starting to pick up speed.
We need to move. We need to get to anything at the exit transport.
Are we going
Are
down?
you okay, Arsen? Is everybody
Yeah,
else
Zinnia
okay?
healed me up. The blood's just what's left.
You guys
Okay.
still feel drowsy and dizzy and feeling the effects of whatever's come over you, but you're enough able to function through this and fight it.
Does this seem like... Okay, because being a druid and studying a bunch of stuff, is there anything that I can conjure with druidcraft to help bring out of this? You know, like how sometimes you can put like different leaves up to like help with nausea
John,
or
yeah.
that kind of stuff?
You can roll me a nature check real quick. Would Nubia deal with poisons often? Probably more
That-
nature,
I mean-
right? Rather than poisons.
It's like,
Maybe I would say like
I don't know.
I doubt you'd do a heavy amount of study to poisons, but more nature and stuff.
But Arsen
Yeah.
know to help
Arsen
her
would.
and give her an assist.
If you see her kind of like combing through a little book of like remedies, you would know this, and you can give her advantage as if you
Well,
wish to
thank
tell
you.
her that it's
15.
poison going on. Said
Yeah,
15.
definitely.
yep.
As you're kind of going through, you know a few remedies that might help, like a headache or something like like calm the queasiness. But as soon as Aerosol like recognizes this is a potent, very potent poison, you realize it's going to take a lot more than just a simple druidcraft remedy to aid you guys in this
Okay.
moment. Maybe just enough to take like a little bit of the edge off, but you're not sure if you have enough time for that either.
Guys, if we
Okay.
long rest again, I got this.
What are you guys doing?
Keep moving.
I guess we'll
Yeah,
keep
to make
moving.
that-
And like the girls see all the people in the hallway now.
If you guys are going back out
Yeah.
the hall, yep. You start stumbling out and you look through and there's doors open, people halfway out, almost like looking like they weren't feeling good and fell at the door. There's waiters holding on to these, or handing out different rocks of feather fall to people, almost like a lifeguard sort of thing.
Jeez.
But
But
you look and
Osric.
everyone's
sorry.
passed out and cold and sweaty. You guys can examine them if you wish, or
Osrak, check the assassin, see if there's anything on her that we need to bring with.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to check
We'll
some of the
take a look.
people.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go run
definitely.
and grab the rocks of feather falling for us.
all right. Also, give me an investigation check.
Sure.
Arson, you have the dagger still, right? You had taken it out. Or
Yeah, within my gut, so it's on my hand. In my hand.
11.
11. You kind of like comb through real quickly. There is some empty vials that she has on her. there's like this weird symbology here, and there is a mask that you find inside her robes that is the same exact mask that those people, assailants, were wearing on that day.
He'll grab that
The day
for sure. He's also just quickly going to double tap the business card and be like, Zephyr, are you awake?
No answer.
Brad. Okay.
What are you guys doing?
At least we got money out of him.
Yeah, true enough.
Now I wanna check the people, see if they have a pulse or if they're
Here, can we do
On-
medicine checks?
Yep. Let's give you both medicine checks as you're checking various people.
I did good. 15.
15 as well.
Yeah.
You sit there for a couple seconds.
We did something.
And your heart kind of stops, and you feel your stomach drop as it almost feels like you can't feel a pulse. And then, boom. Boom. It's slow and clammy, and they don't seem to be rousing up awake. They're feeling the effects of this poison very hard.
Do we need to go and try to find the captain or something? I mean, if he's passed out.
You feel that shuddering and another explosion.
We need to get moving. We need to get out of here. If you can drag the people, great. But if we can't, we need to move.
With that last explosion, you need a dexterity saving throw from all of you as the ship lifts forward even more and can hear the of like this rumbling of the crystals underneath, almost under stress. 5, 9.
I rolled
4.
a 1.
Awesome.
4.
Yeah.
Oh, we got both ends of the spectrum
Osric,
here.
you're able to like hold onto the door real quickly as the rest of them, you're all prone and thrown
No,
off
other
your.
way around. Arasan got the
Other
20.
way.
Yeah.
Arsan got the 20.
That's what I meant
Yeah,
to say.
I got the 1.
Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, the rest of you just kind of tumble, Osric especially, head over heels, so you end up like your feet like dangling over your head. But you're all just knocked off your feet as suddenly another explosion, and you almost feel like the airship kind of teetering like this, as if two ends of the engines have like failed, and it's just kind of starting to lose stability.
We need to get moving. There's no time. As I start running, I'll just anybody I see on the ground as I go past them, I'm just gonna say "Presse more" as I touch them. As I cast Spare the Dying on them. There's very little chance they do survive, but it gives them more of a chance.
For sure. All right, you guys make your way up the alley or the hallway, and it's starting to hit you how many people are on the ship that are passed out, and that there's too many people to drag. There's as many people as you can to do Spare Dying as you pass them, but that takes 6 seconds each time too. So you're kind of falling a little bit behind the others, if you wish.
I'll keep pace
I'm
with
not
him, though.
going out of my way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do a few
Cast
people.
this.
Yeah. If they're in
If
the
there's
way.
somebody who's like directly in my path, I
Yeah.
will cast it. But
Okay.
I'm not taking the time to.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go over here and save this person. Save this. I'm not even zigzagging. It's.
Yeah.
I'm on the
Zinnia's
step
phone.
on them. They get.
Zinnia's getting a little overwhelmed because she's trying to like decide who of all the people to save, like who she can carry. Like this guy's too big for her. Is there like kids? Is there like a important person? Like she is struggling hard with this, and she's trying to like drag people closer as best as she can, but she's falling behind a bit. And like finally, once Arasan like really like screams out to them like we have to go, she just like gets a little upset and like understands, but she's very upset that she's having to leave these people behind. And so like if there's like kids around, she's gonna pick up whatever kid she can and she's gonna run with the kid and like try and get them at least to the captain's quarters or somewhere safer,
Give me athletics.
somewhere where you can
with
ding, ding.
disadvantage. Or that's right. At flat roll.
Nope.
Nope.
What am I doing?
I
Strength?
remember
No.
that too.
Athletics.
Athletics. Oh, I'm good at that. 19.
19. Yeah. You're able to find two different kids. They look like brother and sister when you grab them. kind of curly hair. There's a boy with kind of short, shaggy hair. You can see that he had like a popsicle that was like just spilled all over him. But they were passed out in the hallway, almost looking like they're running back to find them.
Yeah, I'm just like cradling them and like trying to get them somewhere where if we do fall, I can like, they're not going to go crazy flying, stuff like that.
Perfect. Yeah, you are falling behind the rest though because you have movement carrying them. But as the rest of you guys head upstairs, a couple more explosions hit. As you're at the top, you can see these large fires coming from these crystals, and the ship creaking. Surprisingly, it's holding up for now. But any other airship, you know this would have been obliterated by now. Give me perception checks as you come up to this top deck.
At 20.
Ay.
Between the kids' heads.
Not bad, not bad. I'll take a 19.
Since the check, it's disadvantage, yeah?
Yep.
Rat.
Nat
Oh,
20
mine's
still
a flat
stands.
roll then.
Because I think it's
Hold
I
on.
rolled better.
Roll.
critical. No, I'll just go.
11.
It's not terrible. Okay. I rolled one worse, so not bad.
Not bad.
Um,
Yeah, all of you are able to look around and see
21.
The crew now all passed out, some over the railing, some caught up on their foot kind of dangling in the rope, almost like they're about to slide past. The mast is broken in some areas and everything's leaning. You see barrels all knocked over. Zinnia and Oseret especially, you see the captain is leaning forward over the kind of the steering mechanisms and is actually pushing this ship at a downward section. As you all look down and this storm is raging and you can just see in the lightning a bit of an island in the purview. The ship doesn't look like it's going to make it at the moment without any assistance.
Can I run up and push the captain out of the way and try to, like, hold the thing?
Give me
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we?
you guys are
Zinnia, get up here.
stumbling a
Yep.
bit. Zinnia eventually
Yeah,
trying to get up behind you guys.
Zinnia.
But she'd be like right at the top of the stairs as you guys are getting to the captain. If you guys are aiding each other, I need athletics check from
Alright.
one person or two people separately.
You do it with advantage.
I will safely put the children down.
Yeah,
they won't go
I'll
Make sure they
watch
don't
over.
fall so you can-
That's my priority is the kids.
Well, I mean, the kids are gonna die if the ship goes down.
Shut up. Don't be mean. Those were both bad. What am I rolling? Athletics?
Athletics.
Okay.
With the advantage.
13.
Okay. The captain's a big boy. Is a dwarf, kind of like with strong stuff. He looks like he's kind of wedged himself forward, kind of with a broken leg. But you can move him enough to start to like maneuver the steering mechanism sideways and whatnot. It would take another probably minute of you guys doing this. You can roll again to see if you can remove him from enough to pull backwards on this.
You want me to roll again?
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Do this. Zinnia, you have
Oh,
this.
better. Oh, better.
Is the
22.
captain alive?
Give me a medicine check as you're kind of going over to him. They're like moving him over.
Yeah, I'll help with Arsene then on this.
Is that 18?
18. As they maneuver him off of the steering wheel, you can see a dagger cut straight to the heart. He's dead.
Oh.
Okay, so as they're maneuvering him out, this is going to sound dark, but Arsene's going to take his blade out and he's going to take the leg off and move him completely out of the way.
Sure. I use them easily able to make a move. He rolls to the other side of the captain's kind of cabin there, and you guys are now at the helm. So you can kind of hear it ruddering. The last engine on the back explodes, and you feel some of the power go from this thing as it's a gliding vessel at this point. I need one last dexterity check. Saving throw, sorry.
10.
Well,
17.
Natural 1 in this case.
All right. Teleported away. Those that failed a 12, you're prone. Anyone above that can steer themselves. Arsan, as you kind of stumble and go sliding past, I need another dexterity saving throw to catch yourself on something.
14.
You dangerously getting too close to a railing, but you're able to grab hold of like one of the ropes that's coming from the mast and steal yourself and kind of like slowly get yourself back up. You kind of see over the edge and you're like, well, glad you have a feather fall stone in your hand, but you're able to get back up and climb your way back up to the captain's, or the steering wheel.
If the corpse is anywhere nearby, I do want to dig through it to see if there's anything that could be beneficial for us in this scenario.
Give me an investigation check. As what are the rest of you guys doing in this moment?
You said there were like ropes flying around and like the mast looked like it was like weakened and stuff like that?
Yeah, it seems like the main mast would like catch like the wind or anything is like broken and off, but there are just enough wings that it almost feels like it's kind of gliding with some trouble.
Okay.
So you do.
So
feel
we're
like
not super concerned about the mast. Okay.
You almost feel like you could pull backwards on this to at least get it to try and glide as close as you can to the island if you wish. It's could be difficult, but
it was a 7 for the captain.
7. Yeah, you're trying to go through and there's like a telescope in one and like a notebook, but as you kind of open the notebook, just like different papers come flying out. It wasn't really well organized. And you're kind of left with just like spare pages and just simple notes from the captain's log there. So what are you guys doing?
Osric is gonna pull out of his bag a crowbar and give that to Zinnia so that she can try to like wedge it and pull it back.
Okay. That's your aiding kind of the steering wheel mechanisms. You are seeing in this unfortunate moment as like any of you that just take a moment to look around, barrels flying off, bodies flying off the ship as it's rumbling and steering.
Oh, I'm upset by this.
It's a very awful sight. The children are secure.
Yeah, I was gonna say she probably would have taken 2 seconds just to like take her rope and tie them to something. Like, I'm not tying them to each other. I'm tying them to something, Greg. There's a difference. But yeah, I will take this crowbar, buddy system, and I will try and like
roll with advantage.
Is there? How do these
Dirty 20
stones work?
Real quick, featherfall stones, just if you have them, you'd be able to use them as a reaction, almost like a life preserver as you're jumping off. But give me an Arcana check.
Sorry, you were doing something else. Other check.
We'll come back to it.
You're good.
12.
12 with the Arcana check. Yeah, when you're falling off or out of something, it would work kind of just like a normal featherfall would. You're not sure how effective it would with the speed of this ship coming down at the moment, about how warm of a drop that's going to be into the water. Definitely, it's a risk either way.
Okay.
All right, what was your roll when you're starting to pull on this?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Is anybody else aiding? So you got the.
You did aid it.
You got
with the
aiding
crowbar.
that, but I mean like actually like grabbing and pulling as well.
Oh, I mean,
that
you were
was
still
that was him
perfectly
casting.
fine.
Yep.
All of us would be helping at this point if this
Yeah.
guy were at.
Okay. Yeah, Zinnia, you are slowly being able to pull back, and with that leverage, it takes a second. Just slowly, you can see the front bow of the ship, definitely looking like it's going into rough waters, and then just slowly creeping this horizon up as the rest of you kind of gather on as well. The ship is gaining speed as there's no power to this at all, but you're able to guide it upwards towards this island as it's starting to come much closer as you can either continue to hold and maybe try and get a bit of a glide to try and slow down the ship and crash it, or if you want to try and choose a spot to jump off. There's a lot of different things you could do. What do you guys want to do? So you feel like you're getting close to a decision point.
I will defer to the smart people. I am just the muscle. Because I will want to save as many lives as possible.
Dealing with a momentary decision. Arsan knows very well that Zinnia is not going to jump off this vessel to save her own skin because those kids are on that vessel.
Yeah.
So Arsan is going to probably look at Osric. I think there might be an unspoken moment of Zinnia's going to be dead if we don't stick here with her. And I'm going to look over at Nubia and be like, and I don't, like... I think the only option we have at this point is try to save them on the vessel, keep pulling.
Like on Nubia's like, we jump, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're staying?
No.
Cool. You guys, Nubia's, her face concentrating in attention to this moment. You guys look at each other. Nubia, what are you doing? Are you guys doing anything to brace yourselves, or what's kind of the plan of action at the moment?
My preparation is should we crash with enough force that I go slamming back into the wall, I'm going to use my feather fall as I go slamming back into the wall, because my momentum's taking me that way.
Can I use, because we're going into Tropica, right? That's where we're kind of descending in, maybe not. Can I look and see? It's an island. Does it look tropical? Does it look like somewhere I've been before? Like, I've been to Sina Una.
Does it have a nice...
I know what, like, the foliage and the, like, island
There's
kind of thing is. Cause...
Give me a perception check with disadvantage as just everything's going on. It's a pretty high DC.
Nat 1! I'm more focused on...
It's an island in a storm. We're dying. Like, it's just tough to tell. Yeah.
I killed us all.
I mean, you know you're in the direction of Sina Una. Tropica is the region. Sina Una is the main island.
Yeah. I was just trying to see if I could use my history knowledge or something to be like, oh yes, like this is what the foliage is like, and there's a mountain there. Sure. Don't go that way.
It'd be high DC in the moment, and the one thought was like, there's no way we could get to Sina Una in one night. But you don't know how fast the ship is. Hold back.
Pulling up on this thing as best as I can to slow us down.
Okay.
Question about... I'm thinking about using a spell creatively again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Entangle? Because it creates difficult terrain. If I was to make, like... Basically like Groot. Remember how they crashed and...
Yeah.
Ball? I don't know if I could necessarily make, like, a ball like that,
I would allow
but
you to use
brace.
it in a way to brace and kind of pad this area to... Not let you guys go flying out, or have something maybe crash down on you if you wish in this moment.
Okay,
It's gonna be a little bit of a DC, but I will allow it for sure.
Yeah, she's gonna take
method of it.
She's gonna take her staff that she does have, and she's gonna slam it on the ground. And there's gonna be a lot of vines and
roll me an
flowering
Arcana check with advantage.
That's just 17.
17. Yeah, all of you feel like these vines and branches almost coming around you, almost like armor in a way of like bracing yourself with the ship and helping you feel like it might pad, either yourself bracing onto something or something hitting into you, overshadowing, or, not allowing you to fly off the ship in a certain way, but maybe crash into something a lot closer to ease the fall.
Yeah, and she's making sure that the two kids that we did happen to bring with us are a little bit more
protected.
Braced. Yeah.
Osric, are you doing anything?
I think Osric right now is... he's seen Arison fight off this assassin. He's seeing Zinnia literally pull up the ship by herself. Nubia's casting magic to keep them all safe. And he's going back to when he was a scared child without the strength to do anything, and he's frozen right now. He's like, all my smarts are useless right now.
Sure.
So he's kind of frozen.
All right, you feel that just the vines kind of curling around you, and just it's not a comfort to you in the moment. There's just numbness.
Yep.
Zinnia, you said you're pulling back and holding, trying to pull back again.
I'm trying to hold this thing to give as much of a soft landing as we can.
All right, give me athletics check again as you're now trying to almost
Oh wait, are you aiding me or not? No, I guess you're not.
The crowbar gives you advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will say
16.
the crowbar is going to lower the DC. Let's make it a flat roll in this one. Then.
Okay. 16.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're kind of like NASA rocketing, trying to use the wings to slow it down as the water and the beach are coming up and trying to aim for it. As now it's blindly aiming for it as the bow kind of goes up above your vision. Arasan, any last things?
Are there any sails?
There are on the sides. It seems the ones up top have cracked with the mast or almost been ripped. So there are side ones that seem to flare out and are catching the wind at this point.
Okay, I was gonna say, are they opened and catching something?
At the moment, it all seems to be out, kind of holding against some on the merge of ripping itself on the verge, not merge. Sorry. You mean what I know.
Okay. If there is we might not have enough time to do all of this, but what I want to attempt to do is any of the big sail masts, I want to rip off with Mage Hand if possible, get it in front and underneath the ship, and then I want to cast a firebolt to create a warm air current.
It's going to be really difficult to do all of this in that time frame. I will give you an Arcana roll and to even see if you can rip the sheets first in time.
Nope.
The hard part is it's not even just a simple mass. It's almost like energy mass as well. So it's a difficult process.
So with the natural one, I probably wouldn't even think about that whole process. Okay. So I'll probably just
kind of go up. The Mage Hand just not even
look around, and then I'll use the Mage Hand instead to grab the wheel with.
Okay. I'll keep it steady.
Zinnia, and I'll grab it as well as best I can with my own hands and kind of.
Give me a perception check as you're kind of looking around. Everyone kind of bracing themselves, ready for this moment as everything's coming to this apex.
14.
You see stumbling up from the steps that young girl with the luminous hair and the celestial eyes. And just as you're all bracing, she slams her staff down, and yellow sparks and yellow energy begins to wrap around both the children and the captain's mask. As suddenly, boom! You guys hit something. I need all of you to give me dexterity saving throws with advantage, please. As the ship crashes into something.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Finally have one.
I mean, it makes up for the 3 1s.
Oops, I accidentally rolled 3 times. 15.
15, what'd you get? Oscar? 8. Oscar, and you feel yourself break free from what was bracing you. And
reaction with my stone that I had prepared.
Yep, the featherfall comes in. You knew you were going to hit the front of that wall hard, but that just able to slow you down enough to... It hurt, and all of you suddenly see black. And the moment goes quiet. Because that's the last thing you remember. As all of you, in what could be minutes or seconds, hours, finally come to. But you're alone. Zinnia, you wake up and you're floating. And as you look around, there's this woman, red fiery hair coming down, red eyes, and it's more of a, you've seen a fire genasi before, but this is more of a fire elemental in the form of a woman. She's curiously looking at you, and then the water around her steaming and bubbling, and she kind of slides around you and comes to the other side. So you're floating in this darkness around you, and you can see above you just this lightning crashing above. Your feet settle into the sand below you, and there's coral and just this aura. What's your name?
Genia?
That's a beautiful name. You're not from this island.
No.
But I feel you hold our traditions with respect. Your heart beats with the heart of Sina Una. Why is that?
I've been here before
You have.
when I was little.
Not here. I would have known you. Do you recognize me?
Do I recognize her?
You've never seen that
No.
like this before.
Should I?
I don't think you stepped foot on my island. Spirit of the volcano. Maybe you've stepped on the island of my brother and his sister.
In Talanta.
What happened? Something hurt. Real bad. She kind of dances around you, kind of onto the other side, almost like a fish, kind of like checking out something in the water. Almost like a mermaid move.
I think we crashed. Am I dead? Are they dead? Are the kids all right?
I don't know.
Are you hurt?
Am I dead?
I
She
don't
kind
know.
of giggles a little bit. You are with others?
My friends?
They don't hold the same respect to the island that you do. Maybe I should let them rest.
No.
Oh. They're important to you?
Yeah.
How about I give them a test?
Could it kill them?
I don't know. What is really dying? You always stay
Could it
alive.
harm them?
Anything could harm anybody. The
Can I
rebirth
do
of
the test in
island.
place of them?
That's no fun.
Can we do it together? I would hate to decide something on their behalf.
No one's ever asked me that before. Okay. I'll help you. How should I help you? And it's almost like she's looking into you, into your mind. Okay. And her body shifts. And though it's still like reddish and glowing, it's your mentor standing before you. It's okay.
Lena?
Sort of. You want to help your friends? Good. Go help them. As we jump to Osric. Give me a wisdom saving throw. As
Not a
you
lot.
wake up to the bottom of, I'll say flat rolls. The levels of exhaustion do not apply here.
Okay, 17.
17, your toes just feel like they're touching sand, but you're floating at the bottom of this darkness. And before you stands Lance, but like coral and almost like a sea version of him. He's got like crab armor and got this like long bladed blade. Hey, buddy.
Mr. Kinsley, kind of.
Is that my name?
That's how I view you.
And how do I view you?
Hopefully beneficially.
What's your name?
Osric.
Osric. What brings you here, Osric?
A near-death experience, I believe, if my memories are to be served.
That's what brings you to my island?
So far.
Well, if you're near death, this island could kill you.
I've been through this sort of thing before.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't happened yet.
So you'll find yourself lucky.
I try.
Puts the sword kind of in the sand, kind of billowing up like underneath in the water. Do you find yourself honorable?
No.
That's not good.
I would try, but I don't have the power to do so.
Kind of grabs the sword. Then you have to win your right to live.
It always has been the way.
Roll initiative.
Oh, God. Are you kidding? Oh, no. Okay, I got 19 on initiative.
19. He stands there, he puts his sword back in the sand. Strike me down.
Do you see me? Alright. Ooh, okay. I'm going to take... Okay. So, do I, like... Am I kind of manifesting the stuff that I had on me now?
What you had on you is physically on you right now, yes.
Okay. Perfect. I will take out my bag of ball bearings and throw them under his feet.
Smart. He'll stand there and take the dodge action and wait for you.
Oh dear. Alright, I was hoping to... Well, anyways... He's just gonna, like, kind of give, like, a feral scream and just jump at him and try to push him over. He's kind of viewing it as a literal, like, take me down, as in push me down.
Sure.
So he's hoping that if he can move him, and with the ball bearings, hopefully getting help with that, push him down.
So it's an area 10 feet on the side. So you're putting 10 feet him back, or just kind of rolling between you and him?
Like tossing it so that it's kind of like centered on him.
Okay. So that as you move in to push him, I need a DC.
He's gonna like jump at him.
Yeah, I need a DC dexterity saving throw from you as well.
Okay.
Because you're going into the rage of the ball bearings now.
Ooh. Well, that's a 9.
As in a weird way, in sand and water, you feel yourself kind of not losing ground with these ball bearings underneath you, and you fall prone as he just steps out of the way and lets you fall in front of him. As you do, he goes to one knee. Your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use the attack action to try to shove him.
From the ground?
I mean,
Are you
You know what? Yeah, sure. I'll try to stand up.
Okay, yeah. You go to stand up, as long as they're not moving.
Yeah.
You try and when you stand up, he stands up. So you take the shove action?
Yep.
Okay. Give me a athletics roll to his acrobatics or athletics.
17. 18 minus 1.
So because he rolled a 17, Mita beats it. So I don't think anything changes, right? Because he's matching yours.
Yeah.
You kind of go to do that. And he goes, and then he slashes down at you as you're now attacking him. That's a 14 to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
13 points of damage.
Oh, I am down.
Darkness comes to you.
That almost killed me. Holy.
No.
Anubia, you wake up to your sister yelling at you to wake up. And in front of you is Essem, but this sort of seaweed underwater version of him. Princess.
What? Is Isis here too?
And you just heard her voice trying to clamor you to wake up, and when you wake up you just see this version of Essem.
Essem, where am I?
You're in the coral reef. Why are you here?
Ship crashed.
Is that what that was? Made quite the ruckus. But why are you here?
I mean, people talk about seeing their lives flash before their eyes and having near-death experiences.
Starts walking around you. Is that what this is?
Probably.
He
doesn't make any sense, quite.
Takes out a blade and pokes you, and it hurts.
Why?
You know better.
Well.
Why are you at my island? You're not from here. You don't claim the traditions that my people do.
Like I said, our ship crashed. I'm on my pilgrimage to learn, to grow.
Are you worthy of your pilgrimage?
Huh?
Are you worthy of your pilgrimage?
I hope so.
Prove it. Prove it to me. He takes out these seaweed kind of chains or whips of seaweed. Strike me down. Show me your heart.
To prove my pilgrimage?
To prove yourself worthy to survive.
Means living on and continuing. Do I have to fight you?
Just a little smirk.
We can't just say yes and...
As you hesitate, he goes out and tries to swipe at you. Give me initiative.
Well,
It's a natural 20 on his part.
yeah, it's a 6.
6. He swings, and he trips you up with some of the seaweed. And as you fall, what's your AC?
15.
15. I did this earlier. Go ahead and give me acrobatics roll. Or athletics roll. To get out of the grapple.
16.
Okay. As he wraps around your foot and pulls up, you kind of feel yourself going backwards and falling to the ground as he goes to one knee. And you go.
I suppose she has her staff with her still, so she's going to cast Shillelagh on it
Okay.
and hold it out and go to swipe.
Are you standing up first?
Yes? Am I prone?
Yeah, you're prone at the moment. So you stand up before you
Oh,
swipe?
sorry, I didn't.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had kind of like tripped
Get
you
it.
up and made you fall on your back. My bad.
Oh.
He stands up with you. Kind of seaweed going out.
How do you calculate Shillelagh? Because you cast it on your quarterstaff, but then you add that DC, right? To the attack, if I'm attacking?
Yeah, you just use your spellcasting DC instead of strength or dex.
Yep.
Okay, that's just what I wanted to look at. So it's not. I'm not looking at the action for the quarterstaff. I'm looking at the action for the Shillelagh.
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
18 hits. Go to roll me damage as you kind of swipe up against his shoulder.
Mac. 12.
12?
No, sorry, 11.
11. Nice. You kind of hit hard and he kind of scoots back and his foot kind of stops in the sand. Good. And he'll step forward and swipe out at you again. That is a 22 on the first hit.
Well, yes.
It's the same roll on the second hit. As both whips come at you. Holy 9 points of damage as they both lash around you and kind of burn against your skin. Still up?
Yep, that hurts. Yep.
Perfect. Arsan, as we jump to you. You're alone in this darkness as well. Wake up, boy.
Who is it this time?
I said, wake up.
I'm awake.
This one steps forward and you feel like crab pincers against your throat. And it's the form of your father, but it looks like this crustaceous sense with this white hair.
The crustacean part of you is actually the better looking portion of you.
Why are you here? I'll let you go of your throat.
Well, I'm assuming somebody wanted me assassinated, but I can't. Well, I have an assumption as to who. It wasn't important enough for anybody too strong, but important enough to get rid of the picture.
So you're the reason this shipwreck occurred?
I mean, in a roundabout way, I guess, but I don't the one calling on people to kill others.
You
Mind
could.
changing from that form. My father's kind of a prick.
What would you rather have?
Grandfather's a bit nicer.
Kind of grows older. Bet your grandfather's standing there. Is this better?
Yeah. Makes me want to rub my stomach that I got stabbed in earlier a little bit less.
Why should I let you live on my island? If you bring
Why should you?
death, those that follow you that want you dead.
Well. Why should you not? Why should you let me live? I can tell you this much. Be sad if you killed me. 'Cause I like to live. Really kind of pisses me off that my dad was trying to kill me. There's a lot of stuff to learn in life.
I'm not going to kill you. But you can choose to live. Earn the right to live.
Like I said, I love to live.
Prove it. And it just goes like as like a come on.
Can I ask you a question before we get into this?
Sure.
Why is it that every time somebody wants to have somebody prove something to them, it's always fisticuffs and stabbing at each other?
Can you think of a better way?
Sometimes conversation, memories. Go ahead, reach through my memories. See the moments where I chose to live.
It like presses against your forehead. Do you resist it?
No.
You can see kind of the memories flash before your eyes as well. Different moments that you wanted to die, but then chose life. And were tempted and taunted to choose a different path, but you kept choosing this one. The last memories of your friends bracing themselves around you. And you choosing life. As Zinnia appears near you, and you feel this aura radiating from her. Give me a persuasion check. Zinnia, what's your charisma?
18. So I'm +4.
With a +4.
I'm going to use Trance of Order to negate the disadvantage on this.
There's no disadvantage. You're flat rolled, so there's no. You don't feel any exhaustion here.
So I use hers, not my persuasion?
So it's your persuasion with a +4.
Oh, nice.
Zinnia, you feel this
It's
warm
18.
spirit push you into this vision with Arsan, and you feel this connection with him as you just hear boop, 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 boop. It's almost like radiating this ripple in the water of his heartbeat, and you can hear it. What'd you roll?
18.
So, sister, we let him live? The volcano. Do you want to let him live? Turns to you, Zinnia.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a fight. They better be able to help. And he turns and leaves.
You wanted to fight. You're upset about that?
I'm ready for a fight. Hopefully you all can help.
Alright. I use Booming Blade and I attack him.
His back has now turned to you. Do you still attack him?
Oh, no. I tell him to turn around and I'll give him a fight. I'll probably lose, but I'll still give him a fight.
He kind of turns his head to you. We'll have a fight upcoming. Not with each other.
Alright.
And he just steps into the void of darkness, leaving the two of you with this red elemental. Zinnia's there, now with you.
This is a cherry bunch.
Yeah.
Zinnia, it is so good to see you.
I hug him. I'm like, probably got tears, silent tears, but I'm hugging him tight.
I pat her back. Thanks for healing up the wound in my gut. Those never go well.
Where's everyone?
The fire lady's there, yeah?
Hi. She's almost like taking on Zinnia's like accent now a little bit.
Do you mind helping us find the rest of our friends?
I think you can find them just fine. I'm just here for the ride.
Okay, are we...
Is that okay if I talk like you? That's really sweet.
That's fine. Can you find the others though? I don't know, because we're still in darkness, right?
Mm-hmm. There's like an orb of darkness around you. It's like almost like where you are in like 10 feet is lit up, but then beyond is like dark and void. You don't need me to find them. And she looks at you and points to your heart. You can find them. She swims
I don't know
off into
why.
the darkness.
But in this moment, I just pictured us all as Captain Planet and Zinnia's heart.
Yeah.
Wait, my heart.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Wow.
Bad. 4.
4.
I'm a guy.
Well, Xenia, it's up to us to find him then, huh? So let's put a smile on our faces and go find our friends.
You begin walking forward and going to look for them. Osric, as you're down,
Howdy.
you open up your eyes again. Your toes are dipping into the sand. And kneeling there before you is Coral Lance.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Stands back up again, you're at full health.
Cool. Alright, so this isn't gonna end until... Okay.
Till you
Right.
defeat me. Or prove
Thank
yourself.
you, yes.
As he kind of like adds the second one as like an afterthought now, being like...
And how would someone like myself prove myself?
That's up to you. You're smart.
I have, as you said, my smarts. Is there something I can help you with?
You want to prove yourself without fighting?
Very, very, very much so.
Kind of swirls up the ball bearings back into your pouch. It's like almost like a twister of current. You hold much fear.
That is all I've known for many years.
He'll walk forward and kind of tap you on the forehead. And suddenly you're back on the ship, frozen. As the 3 of your friends go flying out and start crashing against things and then pause. What is your strength then, Osric? And they're slowly just like fading away from you.
You are cruel, whoever you are, but...
This is your mind, not me.
Oh, I am very aware, but you are making me see it. My one strength is my intelligence and, I suppose, willpower. For all the good it does.
So you wish to fight me alone then? Prove this alone? Suddenly your friends are gone. You're just in the darkness. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Cute. 13.
13. That fear of just being a child again, and this weight of the ocean is crushing down upon you, and just slowly your vision fades to black again.
For 2, baby!
Nuvia, you feel this lashing out of your middle of Essam. Come on. You want to rule? Prove it.
I want to rule. I want to help people.
How? You didn't help me.
Making them.
You left me.
You're not Essam.
I'm the manifestation of him.
No, he's a big boy. He can help himself.
You see the seaweed kind of beginning to sparkle with like lightning, almost like a smite going into the seaweed. Your turn.
She's gonna go and strike out, and that's an 18.
18 hits again. Roll me damage.
Again, 11 points.
You see the seaweed kind of breaking down from his hand, and he goes to like one knee. Why are you hiding everything from them?
It's not their burden to bear.
So you bring your boat into my island?
Bringing my own personal stuff. Not gonna be. What do you mean, my island? Where are we?
You're in the coral. You think I live among you all with your names and maps? This is my home.
Can you point me in a direction to get out of here then? So I can stop kicking your butt?
I like you. Give me a persuasion check.
Um, 19.
Go find your friends then. And he starts like skittling down into the sand like a little crab or whatever. Then you start hearing boop, 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 off in the east. On your right side too.
I hear one of them. I'll just like guide Iris in.
By all means, let us get moving then.
Eventually come up upon Nubia.
Well, isn't that a sight for sore eyes?
Are you both real? Or are you more protect my island?
As you feel
Yes.
Zinnia's presence hit you here, you heal at 4 hit points.
Well,
Oh, thank you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You look like you can swing that staff pretty hard right now, and I've been hit enough today.
Alright. You're both okay.
yeah, my friend here got me out. The Genasi's still around, right? The elemental? Or is she gone at this point?
She had swam off at that point. Yeah, so she...
Never mind. I'm not crazy talking about an imaginary friend.
My
I'm talking
imaginary
about an
friend.
elemental friend that apparently is...
She like pops her head from down below, is like hanging on like upside down. Sorry about that. Huh?
I thought Southern now.
I'll walk up and reach a hand out to Nubia, though. You gonna come with?
We have
Go
to-
find Ellsworth still.
Yeah, we have to go find him.
He's in trouble.
Did you? All the more reason to find him then.
Where is he? Do you know? All of my heart.
He has
Where would
something
you
that
be
shouldn't
if
be
you were
here.
Ellsworth?
I don't know if he's gonna let him be with you though.
Well, we'll just keep whooping his butt until he lets us.
Yeah, I'm not giving him a choice.
You like him that much?
He's alright.
He hasn't asked for any of you yet.
Sit.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure it out. We're all that way at some point. I start walking.
Can I? Okay, this is weird. And let me know if this is possible or not. But can I, like, close my eyes and, like, instead of, like, my sword, can I, like, because we're in this weird, like, place, can I manifest my sword to turn into, like a broken piece of wood from the ship?
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try that, and I'm going to just like start thinking really hard about when I first met Osric, when he didn't ask for help, but I showed up anyways, and I'm just gonna try and manifest that, like, in my mind to try and connect to him, because I know he's stubborn and he won't ask for help. So I'm kind of willing myself into his life in this scenario.
Give me a charisma saving throw. And before you tell me the answer,
Okay.
the Genasi comes to your ear behind you, and as the other two are walking away, just so you can hear, he can destroy the island, you know. Are you sure you want to find him?
I trust he won't.
I trust you then. And she fades back. What'd you roll?
22.
22. Osric,
Yup.
as you are coming out of this darkness, there's no more lance in front of you but the egg. Just sitting there in front of you.
You again. one day I was hoping to be good enough to do things myself, but I'm not there yet. So I guess for now I'll continue being a burden. In the meantime, you are coming with me. And he'll reach forward, try to take the egg.
You take a step forward, and this shadowed monstrosity seeps out from it. And it's holding a shadowed zinnia in its hands. As you feel this light of zinnia in the other direction. Feed me.
Feed you what?
Feed me, and I'll give you power. From behind, you can hear Zinnia calling out for you.
Feed you what?
Lance you hear his voice as he's like behind you. You know what? You have to choose.
I may be a coward, but I am not a fool. I choose my friends every time. I turn around and walk the other way.
Lance smiles. Shadow and the egg disappear behind you. And Zinnia, you begin to will yourself forward into this light and calling out. Eventually you see Osric walking towards you.
Oh, thank heavens. I was literally ready to club him in the back of the head like I did that day.
You were worried?
I'm always worried about you guys.
Everything was fine. Not to worry about.
Well then. She just like kind of turns away like, well, if you don't need me.
I appreciate you coming, though.
So how do we get out of the darkness? That's the next question.
Stepping forward is the woman of fire, and a man of stone, and a woman of almost as tropical grass and wheat. And you see beyond other shadows of different plants and fruits and items that represent and manifest in their physique. And they kind of go outward and beyond to infinity. Our island is in danger. You all four have proven yourself good of heart. Will you help us?
Yeah.
Can I get some sleep first?
I'd be happy to help.
Scratch that. I'm happy to help. But if I can get some sleep first, that'd also be a bonus.
Sleeping would be good.
Might not be a comfortable sleep, but you'll get one. The kind of stone man says. There is, at the core of this island, an old temple that has fallen asleep, overrun with corruptness and darkness. She looks at you, Osric. I think you saw it. Bring back the heart of the island, revive it, and we'll all live again. If you don't, us and the island will slowly die out. Be wary, the island is dangerous. You must rely on each other to survive. Your smarts, your intuity, that's what it's going to take to survive. But we put our trust in you. And they kind of part and let a path into the darkness for you to walk if you wish. Yeah, thanks for picking up on that vibe.
I head that way.
Nice you guys do as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll walk behind them all.
Make sure no one goes astray.
Yeah.
Hey, get in line. Get in line. Back.
As you
I'm a
walk
sheepdog.
back into the darkness. Thank you, the Fire Genasi says. I'll be waiting for you. As you walk
We'll
into
do
the
what we can.
darkness, the curls of the waves tumble you, and the lightning falls you back to sleep, and you feel scrapes of coral on your back and skin as all of a sudden you weren't really feeling pain or the exhaustion, but slowly you're coming back to, and everything aches. There's cuts that are stinging, sand in your face, water lapping up as you all wake up. We'll do wake up rolls next time on various states of finding yourself on a beach, cove on the sand, clear water lapping up against your feet. It's your face first in kind of the ground, and as the focus comes to you, you can just see this tropical island now in the sunlight. A few birds chirping, and as you look forward, there's just an expansion of rocks and then a cove of coral as this wave crashes down with strength on the coral into this little bay. And for miles and miles and miles, you all realize there's no other land, and you are shipwrecked with debris floating in the water. That's where we'll end today's session. You guys will get up next time to figure out what happens next. Thank you guys for joining Fates Apart, because they're definitely apart from civilization now. And we'll be back for our next episode in 2 weeks. See you guys later. Thank you again for watching Fates Apart. If you liked this content, please consider liking, following, subscribing, and sharing with your friends. Every little bit helps. Hope you have a great week. See you next time.